Hi, and welcome to the second video on Paganini technique from the beginning. This is about left-hand pizzicato again. Like I explained in the first video, left-hand pizzicato is probably the best exercise for the left hand, and it's going to get a bit more difficult today because today we're going to be putting fingers down on the string for others to pluck. That's quite strenuous and not that easy, but the benefits are tremendous. So bear with me here. You might not realize why this is so important, but you're training your left hand, you're training the position of your left hand, and you're training the strength and the precision of your fingers. So in the last video, we were plucking open strings with each finger, fourth, third, second, and first. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to place the first finger on the E string, place it on F sharp, use your right hand to check the intonation so that you have it in the right place, and then pluck this F sharp first finger with your fourth finger 4 times. Then you do the same thing with your third finger and with your second finger. And then the first finger plucks the open string. That's basically it. Now, when you've done that, same as in the first video, do the same thing with each finger plucking only twice. Third finger, second finger, first finger plucks open string. And then you do the same thing with each finger plucking only once. Fourth finger, third finger, second finger, first finger plucks the open string. Now when you've done that, you do the same thing on the other strings. Remember, when you go a string lower, you have to bring your elbow over a little bit more. Place your first finger on the B, on the A string. Use your right hand to pluck the B to check the intonation. And then you do the same thing. Fourth finger plucks the first finger B 4 times. Third finger and the second finger, and the first finger plucks the open A string. Don't worry about if you get the E string a little bit as well when you're plucking. If you get that at this stage, that's not a problem. You're training your fingers. That's basically, it's quite athletic. So don't worry if you get the open string of the neighboring string a couple of times. That's not a problem. Of course, it's better if you don't. So if you do, don't worry about it too much, but try to pluck the string so that you don't get the open string, the neighboring open string. Now you do the same thing on the D string. Put your first finger on the E. Use your right hand to check the intonation, and you do the same thing. Third finger, second finger, and the first finger plucks the open string. Do that again also with each finger plucking only twice and each finger plucking only once. And then you do the same thing on the G string. Put your first finger on the A, check the intonation, and then you do the same thing again. Fourth finger. As you can see, you have to bring your elbow over quite a lot for the G string. And the first finger plucks the open A string. Don't worry about it if you can't do it very loud at first. Important is that the finger is plucking. It can be very, very soft, but make sure the finger is plucking. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the second finger. So start again on the E string. Place your first finger on the F sharp. Pluck with your right hand to check the intonation. And then you place your second finger as a half tone to the first finger on the G. Check the intonation again. And then you do the same thing. Your fourth finger plucks the second finger G 4 times. And then your third finger plucks the second finger G 4 times. Then the second finger plucks the first finger. And the first finger plucks the open string. And then you do the same thing with each finger plucking only twice and each finger plucking only once. And then you do the same thing on the other strings. make sure that your second finger is in a half tone to the first finger, and you work your way through the strings that way. Next thing, as you can probably guess, will be the third finger. So you put your first finger down on the F sharp, then you put your second finger down on the G, and then you put your third finger down on the A. Check the intonation with the open A string. And then your fourth finger plucks the third finger 4 times. The third finger plucks the second finger. And the second finger plucks the first finger. And the first finger plucks the open string. That again, do with each finger plucking 4 times, plucking twice, and then only once. And then do that on all strings. What's quite fun when you can do that is you place your fingers, first finger F sharp, second finger G, third finger A, and then what you can do is you can pluck the fourth finger with your right hand and then pluck each other one only once. That's quite fun. You can do that fast then. And that's already real Paganini left-hand pizzicato. Now remember, don't practice this too much. You will get blisters a lot sooner than you think you will. And just a few minutes, work your way through these exercises, do them on all strings. Remember to bring your elbow over for the lowest strings. Don't try to do it too loud at first, because you have to be quite strong to do it loud, and you can only build up strength slowly. So it's enough if it's very soft, as long as you feel that your finger is plucking the string. And it's also not a problem if you get some other strings when you're plucking. At this stage, that's not a problem. It's this exercise which is strengthening your hand and strengthening the fingers. That's what's going to give you the benefit. In the next video, we're going to bring this into a rhythmical structure, and we're going to vary the half tone. We're going to put the half tone between the second, third finger, and also between the third and fourth finger. So that will be next time. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, subscribe, and see you next time.